if the 49ers lose Kyle Juszczyk and Jordan Reed, who are some replacements from outside the organization? Just a fair warning preview. This is probably going to be an article that Maverick writes for Sports Illustrated's All 49ers at some time this week. Just a little teaser preview, but Maverick, why don't you start us off?
Well, my reasoning is obviously Kyle Juszczyk is going to be better than every fullback on the market because he is the best fullback in the NFL. But there are teams like the Jets that have better cap situations than the 49ers and can attract Kyle Juszczyk if he does go for the money. And same with Jordan Reed. He's had injury problems. If they decide to go in a different direction, then they have to get another veteran tight end. If they go through the draft, I think Tommy Tremble, the Notre Dame guy, he's a versatile tight end, H-back guy. But if they choose not to go through the draft, I like Anthony Ferkser, who's a tight end fullback, and he'd be really cheap. He'd probably be under $1.5 million, and he knows the system a little, playing for Tennessee the last couple of years. And then my other guy is, if you go veteran, Anthony Sherman for a fullback and veteran tight end. How about Trey Burton, who is just as injury prone as Jordan Reed, but maybe offers a little more upside because of more recent success. So those are my guys.
Now you can. Didn't Jacob Hollister out of Seattle, didn't he play fullback a little bit when he first was there? So that's one. Yes. That's a name that I would go with for the Juszczyk replacement. As far as tight end, Jordan Reed's not going to be back, but the guy that I would maybe take a look at would be Richard Rodgers out of Philadelphia. He had a much higher yards per reception than what we saw out of Reed this season on a lot fewer targets. And I think he'd be a nice fit there if the 49ers decide to move away from giving Dwelly those targets.
Man, you guys took all the options, man. Where am I going to go with this? Where am I going to go with this? I feel like at this point, there's really no replacements, I guess, because, Juszczyk, they love motioning him a lot because there's always a threat of him actually going out for a pass. And I would love Anthony Sherman to be that replacement, or even Hollister. It's just, I just don't think you're going to get the same. And I mean, Jordan Reed is like pretty much just throwing any tight end, I guess, because personally, I would rather see more Dwelly. I'd rather see more Dwelly, but I know that's we're looking at outside the organization. I just think these are more like luxury signings that they're going to, that they shouldn't really be looking at. They should be just looking at like, hey, how about we prop up our own players that are underneath? Because if we can't do that, what's that saying about our personnel that we're picking or our coaching that we can't develop these players into being these replacements?
Yeah, I'd like to see more Dwelly too. Charlie Warner, they drafted him to be a blocker. Can he block? I'll give you a name though. You guys haven't named him. He's an NFC West guy. I think he's a hell of an athlete who's been underused. Gerald Everett.
That's who I forgot to say.
I really like Gerald Everett. He's been with the Rams. He's a hell of an athlete. He does play a little fullback. I'm just going to say him for both spots. You weaken a rival. He's still young, and maybe Kyle Shanahan could get more out of him than Sean McVay. I haven't really seen Sean McVay use much of his creativity with Gerald Everett at all. Everett. He does have
experience too on those Kittle shovels or Kittle handoffs. I saw him do that multiple times with LA.
Gerald Everett.
You got me.
Was actually this.
I have 5 guys underlined, and I said 4, and I forgot to say.
That's what I'm here for. Everett. He was the same draft class as Kittle. I think he was picked before him. I think it was a 3rd round pick. So, got that going for him.